Hi, welcome back to another video from me, Will, the unconventional polyglot. In this video, I'm going to talk about advantages to learning multiple languages simultaneously. And by the way, in addition to this channel, check out my podcast, also called The Unconventional Polyglot. It's available on most major platforms, and it contains a lot of great info and discussion about language learning. Learning multiple languages at once is a bad idea. Hey, you're that guy that's going to the Czech Republic in 6 months, right? Yeah, my mom sent in my passport application, and I have already started learning Czech, the official language of the Czech Republic. Really? Nice. How do you say hello, nice to meet you in Czech? Ahoj, rád te poznávám. Impressive. So, anyway, let's take a look at 5 reasons to learn multiple languages simultaneously. Now, reason number 1 is that learning multiple languages simultaneously gives you a broader understanding of languages and language in general than if you were just studying one language at a time. Now, me, for example, my highest level languages are primarily the Romance languages, Spanish, French, Italian, and Portuguese. But I also know a considerable amount about German, Mandarin Chinese, Russian, Greek, Latin, not to mention Yiddish, Hebrew, Japanese, Catalan, Irish, Arabic. And if I had just started out learning one language at a time, after almost 4 years, I probably would be able to have reached some degree of fluency in 2 languages, possibly 3, but I would probably know nothing about all the other languages that I currently do know a good deal about. Does it really help you to know a little bit about a lot of languages? Well, for me, yeah. I'm the kind of person who really wants to know as much as I can about a lot of things. It's kind of like several years back when I was learning to play the guitar. I didn't just learn one song at a time. I ended up learning over 100 songs simultaneously. That's probably why you're not that great a guitar player. Okay, so reason number 2 for learning multiple languages simultaneously is that the more languages you study, the better you understand the structure of language, i.e., how grammar works, the different possibilities for syntax in languages. And this gives you a better understanding of how languages develop, how they evolve, how they're related. And all of these things can act together to really strengthen your understanding and make you a better language learner. So one quick example of this is just the topic of direct and indirect objects. Now, different languages handle these things in different ways. For example, Romance languages typically have the direct object directly after a verb, and indirect objects directly after some sort of preposition, which comes after the verb. And there are various pronouns, direct object and indirect object pronouns that can be used in place of direct and indirect objects, whereas other languages like German and Russian and Greek use cases, specifically the accusative case for direct objects and the dative case for indirect objects, to essentially give the same kind of information. And these are things that I don't think I would have nearly as good a grasp on as I do if I hadn't been learning all of these different languages. Look, right now, I just need to know enough Czech to be able to ask my host family if they can take me to a McDonald's as soon as possible after I get off the plane. Yeah, good luck with that. Now, reason number 3 is that the more languages you study, up to a certain point, of course, the less likely you are to get bored or burned out in your daily language learning. You know, you could do plenty of other activities to avoid boredom, like playing tennis. What do you say? Maybe a little later, but yeah, you're right. But I'm mainly addressing people who really like learning languages. So in my personal language learning every day, I can honestly say I never get bored with it, and I never really get burned out, because a little later in the day, I'm going to be working on a different language, and then another language, and then another, and so on. So I think this really helps keep my brain focused and fresh as the day progresses. Okay, fair enough. Now, reason number 4 is that by learning languages in parallel, you can learn more languages faster than if you were just learning one language at a time, as long as you stay focused, motivated, and organized in your language learning. For example, in a little over 3.5 years, I've managed to reach between an intermediate and advanced level in 6 different languages, in addition to lower levels in 10 other languages. And if I had spent all that time just focusing on one language after another, well, first of all, I probably would have gotten burned out a long time ago. But also, at best, I probably would have been able to reach an upper intermediate to advanced level in 3 languages, maybe. So again, if you have the focus, the organizational skills, and the motivation to keep going, keep progressing, you can absolutely learn languages faster in parallel than sequentially. Well, maybe you have a point there. Thanks. Now, reason number 5 is closely related to reason number 4. By learning several languages at a time, you can become a polyglot faster. And with that, you can have a polyglot's dream vacation sooner. For example, at some point in the next few years, I very much want to take a trip to Europe, visit Portugal, Spain, France, Italy, Germany, maybe Greece, and be able to speak the language with locals in each of those countries. How cool is that? I guess that sounds nice, but right now, I just want to see the beauty of the capital of the Czech Republic. Prague? Yeah, that's right, Prague. I just want to check out the beauty of Prague. Well, I hope you have a great experience. And I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. I would greatly appreciate it. Feel free to leave any comments down below. You can also contact me at unconventionalpolyglot@gmail.com. And as I mentioned earlier, be sure to check out my podcast. And I hope to see you in my next video, where I will talk about some of the potential disadvantages of learning multiple languages simultaneously. Until then, bye.